Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to Ease Horror Lounge. Man, this is weird. I never really expected to actually start doing this. I've always wanted to. Never really got the chance to though, and as the pilot episode, I'm very excited about this. I'm really excited to keep up with the whole thing and to ultimately just entertain you guys. That's my primary goal with this whole thing. And just also I want to start off by saying thanks to you guys. Thank you guys so much for even accidentally pressing play on this podcast, because ultimately I'm really just doing this for you guys. And if I can brighten up someone's day, if I can entertain someone for just the 15 minutes that I'm going to be on, then that's ultimately my goal. So thank you guys for listening to this. You guys don't have to listen to this, so it really means a lot to me that you guys are. I hope you guys are having a good day today. We're in very interesting days right now, so I just want to start this off by saying I hope you guys are having a good day. Hopefully you don't have to stress out too much today. Hopefully if you guys are stressing out, it can help you guys with that. And it's my day, I believe, has been pretty well. I'm a little bit sore, but that's primarily just because I worked out one time, and that soreness is just not away yet. I feel healthier though. It's probably just like the placebo effect kind of kicking in, but hey, anything that can boost my confidence, I will take gladfully. Anyways, back to the point of this whole podcast. The episode today that you guys are listening to right now is called "Why I Hate Children." Very, as I would say, lovely name, and but you guys will soon understand why I hate children. And I'll start this off by talking about the exorcism of Roland Doe. So, born around the mid-1930s, there was a kid who was known only under the pseudonym of Roland Doe. He was born into a family of German Lutherans that lived in Cottage City, Maryland. And honestly, I don't really know why, but this just seems really funny to me. Just the thought of Americanized Germans using 1930s lingo whilst freaking out because their child is Satan or something, you know? It's just a little bit comedic to me. It just seems like comedy gold. It was like just like thinking about the thick German accent. I don't know, it just seems like god tier comedy to me. But also aside from that, it's a little fun fact that's completely unrelated to the story that should have probably left out. But I actually know a little bit of German, not like enough to comprehend an abnormal conversation that isn't generic, but I still know a little bit of German. And I take a little bit of pride in that. But now that I'm done rambling and my brain isn't going all over the place right now, back to the story. He lived in Maryland, and he depended on his guardians for company, being that he was an only child. He was a little lonely boy, and he would only play with the adults in the house. One of which was his aunt, who was very spiritual, and decided to introduce him to the Ouija board. Now, first of all, you might be thinking, what in the actual hell was she thinking, introducing a child to a Ouija board? But there's something even creepier about that. The thing is that she never told him about the Ouija board before he asked her about a Ouija board. And that's just creepier than, this is just one of very creepy way to start off a story, But anyways, yeah, she only introduced it to him because he thought it was interesting before she even introduced him to it. So it's creepy as shit. But anyways, the aunt ended up dying, and after her death, the family started noticing that there were weird things going on with the lights and furniture, and that they started to hear odd noises as well. They noticed that that vases would float and that furniture would move around whenever the boy was near. The family decided to then call their pastor, named Luther Miles Schultz. And Schultz asked for the boy to spend a night at his house to see if anything odd happened, to which Schultz claimed that furniture flew away when the boy came near it. And after hearing of Schultz's claim, a parapsychologist named J.B. Rhine criticized Schultz and said that he was hyperbolizing the intensity of these events. Now that's a lot to kind of picture. So this pastor invites a little kid over. Stuff starts flying around. He reports it, and some parapsychologist, I don't even know what that means. I guess the psychologist that is based in the paranormal just decides to start throwing shade at the guy. And Schultz then, after J.B. Rhine criticized him, asked for the family to contact a Catholic priest to prove that paranormal things were happening with the kid. The family did so, and that is when the first exorcism happened. And according to some sources, there was like 2, and like couples other sources said that there was 3. But whilst researching, I found the ones that said 2 had the most information, so I'm gonna just say 2. There might be 3. There might be, there might be several more, but from what I know, there's just 2. And during the exorcism, the first exorcism, Roland reportedly broke out of the straps and ripped a bed string out of a mattress and then attacked the priest. After being attacked, the priest refused to continue the ritual. Now, this is also something that you need to kind of think about. This guy decides, this child that is the embodiment of Satan, I'm going to have him over and I'm going to try to fix him. But, you didn't think, like, the moment that the kid started to act funkier to stop it instead of whenever you got stabbed. Anyway, the poor guy ended up getting stabbed. I don't really want to attack on this guy. But, the priest refused to continue the ritual. After that, Roland's cousin contacted a professor named Raymond J. Bishop in St. Louis. Raymond J. Bishop just so happened to be a priest, and Bishop contacted William S. Bowden, who was an associate of the college's church. Both priests met up with the family in one of their relatives' homes, and when they showed up, they reportedly saw the boy strapped to a consistently moving bed, speaking in a guttural voice. The boy reportedly showed disgust to any religious imagery, and Bowden then agreed to perform an exorcism. They hosted it in a hospital in St. Louis, and I shouldn't, now that I think about it, I really shouldn't say hosted, because that makes it sound like it was like a nice little baby shower, but words aren't that fun. But anyways, 2 other priests, Walter Holleran and William Van Roo, accompanied Bowden in the exorcism. According to Holleran, satanic words started appearing on the kid's body. And after the exorcism, Holleran, being interviewed by a reporter, discovered that Roland broke his nose during the exorcism, which is the weirdest detail I think that you could give a reporter after you just conduct an exorcism. Like, it's a reporter asking about how you just extracted Satan from a kid, and you decide to talk about an injury that's very common amongst human beings. I don't know why. I might just be stupid, but it just seems like a little bit weird to me. But after that, the kid was considered okay and lived happily forever after, maybe. I don't really know. No one really wanted to be near the kid, so there wasn't really any proof that he was a normal person. They just kind of said he was. I guess they would have probably conducted more exorcisms on the kid if he wasn't, but then I couldn't really find anything that said he was like cured of Satan or something like that. And I don't know, like in my mind I like to think that the family just like dealt with it like there was like a sitcom of a bunch of disturbed German people just pretending that their child didn't just like throw up green goop like Santa Clarita Diet style. And you know, it's what can you do, you know? If you don't want to be near the kid, just say that he's okay. I mean, I guess that was kind of the thoughts of them. And also talking about, you know, talking about this, you might actually start to think about it, and this starts to sound a lot like The Exorcist, which, by the way, phenomenal movie. Most people have probably seen it. I probably shouldn't even go too into depth about it, but the movie The Exorcist was based off of this story. And that just is crazy to me. Like, just to think about it, this kid has a giant problem. He goes through, from what I know, 2 exorcisms, possibly 3 or more. And then, since he's from the 1930s, he's more than likely dead now. And then people decide to capitalize on the story and make a giant movie about it that ends up being a horror classic. It's just kind of crazy to me, you know? Just thinking about how this kid's like misery ended up leading to his legacy. And also kind of gets me thinking, like, what, like, just how did the people even hear about this story, you know? Because I'm guessing, like, there probably wasn't, like, a book made about it. Like, that wouldn't really make any sense to make a book out of one exorcism case. Maybe there was. I don't know. I didn't research too far deep into it to see every single resource that was used to find this information. But, you know, it's just kind of crazy how one problem can lead to someone else's, like, fortune, someone else's treasure. And, you know, in conclusion, the story of the exorcism of Roland Doe is why I hate children. You know, I feel like if you ever watch any movie ever, you'll see at some point there's the creepy child, and that's just the thing that gets stuck in your mind for a while. Just that creepy child, you know, it's probably laughing too. Like, it's hard to trust kids now, you know, especially after you being someone like me who watches horror movies like consistently. It's just weird to think about a child that isn't, you know, demonically possessed. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but yeah. The Exorcism of Roland Doe is the reason that I hate children. And also all the uses of children in horror movies is also why I hate children. So, yeah. Well, I guess we should end this on a happier note. Thank you guys for watching. Or not necessarily watching, I guess listening to at this point. The pilot episode of V's Horror Lounge. Again, like I said at the beginning, it means a lot to me, to all of you guys that listen to this, because, well, you know, ultimately you don't. And just having someone or anyone that's interested in this really means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much. Please follow E's Horror Lounge on Instagram. And again, just thank you guys so much for watching this. I've been your host, Ethan, and again, thank you guys so much, and see you guys next time. Peace.